Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Apologies for the delay. From what I can see, we have 7 people over in the chat. So hello to you, and hello to all your faces, and also to the beautiful array of faces I have joining me. We're just as a quick heads up to anyone watching, one of our players is currently stuck in traffic, so he's running a little bit late, so we're just gonna in inverted commas tread a little bit of water while we wait for him to join, but in the meantime, yes, hello, my name is Dan. I am the DM for the Explorers of Elsewhere YouTube channel, who we are a weekly upload D&D and RPG content channel. Going around the houses. Hello, Julia. Please introduce yourself to anyone new in the chat.
Hello, I'm Julia. Yes, I have been playing role-playing games for a number of years now, and I do play alongside Dan and Carl and Anton, who will be coming along later on the Explorers of Elsewhere channel. I'm very excited to be here on this charity live stream.
Marvelous, thank you very much. And next up, Carl.
My name's Carl. I have been playing tabletop games for over 10 years now, mainly with Dan, who I've known for many years. I'm the host of the podcast, The Tavern Between Dimensions, a tabletop podcast, which we do monthly as part of the Explorers of Elsewhere, which you can actually check the next episode out on next Friday. So pretty exciting if you want to take a listen. We discuss all manners of different things. It's pretty fun.
Yes, absolutely. And the new face we have on stream at the moment is that of Ben, who actually works for 1625, one of the charities helping to go put on the event and doing homeless charity work within the Southwest. Ben, yeah, a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Ben. I work for 1625 in a youth hostel with the young people that you guys are so kindly raising money for today. I'm a hobbyist tabletop RPG player. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a go. This is my first experience of being on a live stream. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Perfect. Yeah, we're all up until this morning. We were all utterly clueless when it came to live streams. So yeah, I really appreciate you jumping in and embracing the chaos and the carnage with us. So, I mean, yeah, in terms of the charities, we were just having a little look on the break between ourselves and the rest of the Bristol RPG Hangouts group over the streams over the past few weeks. We've actually already managed to raise £220 for Gaming for Good, which is utterly fantastic. £121 is enough to get a person kind of off the streets and in a home, and kind of give them the vital kind of leg up that they need to kind of get themselves started and sorted. So we're actually very close to having that twice, which truthfully is utterly incredible. I mean, putting you slightly on the spot here, Ben, I mean, given that you're working in the hostel and kind of working with the people that the charity is helping, like how kind of tangible is the help that kind of these donations and that give to people who are homeless?
I mean, it's absolutely huge. Sort of the work that we do, sort of like within the hostel, it's really sort of like about kind of like meeting the young people kind of like where they are. We kind of like bear in mind that these young people have already probably been through sort of like hell and back just to sort of like be where they are at the moment. So the sort of work we do is really just about sort of like being that trusted adult, sort of meeting them where they're at, working in a trauma informed way, and really, yeah, just, you know, if we get it right, we can really sort of set them up with sort of like the life skills that they need to kind of move on from us into sort of independent living, and yeah, find themselves off the streets.
No, that's fantastic.
Mm.
As an aside, she's currently lurking in the shadows, but I just want to give a massive shout out to Isabelle and Rob. So they are the people who've been who've kind of organized all of us to kind of get this all sorted. Yeah, thank you so much, Isabelle, for the dedication and the passion that you've offered this. Yeah, you've been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yes, no one can see her on the interwebs, but
We can.
She has got a very bright red. Okie dokie. So, yeah, I mean, with that, whilst we wait,
This is the last game of the stream of the 2 weeks,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, today is the last day for the kind of the Gaming for Good drive. I'm just having a quick look around just to see if I can find kind of how much, if there's I don't know if there's a big grand total like amounts raised so far, but looking through, I can see like just on the Gaming for Good 2022 website, I can see the amounts raised by all the other players, and there's just so much money.
Everyone's very generous at the moment.
Everyone's been incredibly generous.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, we're like, I know I speak for myself when I say that I'm super proud to be able to do what we can to help to raise money, but I'm so thankful for anyone who's given money, whether it's yourselves who are watching or anyone else over the space of the past fortnight. Yeah, you're really helping a lot of people out across the UK, so absolutely phenomenal. How are we? We've lost Ben.
You're doing an amazing job of vamping, Dan.
Thank you.
You know, got a career radio for yourself there.
Has anyone got a song in them? Or
oh, God, no. I know I play a bard in Explorers of Elsewhere, but I can't actually sing.
A little bit light Twitch karaoke. Well, I mean, something else you can do. So off the back of the RPG Hangouts Twitch channel that we're all watching this on, you'll also find a number of saved kind of clips from previous games. So we ourselves, we've already played 2 games today. We started off this morning with All Out of Bubblegum, which saw the forces of the Allied Secret Service keeping independent countries comfortable, spelt with a K. Yeah, we saw those ass kickers saving the United Kingdoms of England from a deadly goddamn space lizard invasion. Game 2, during lunchtime, Julia ran a fantastic game of Lasers and Feelings, which was a somewhat chaotic space opera.
Just a bit chaotic.
Focused around the crew of the interstellar scout ship Raptor. Last week, there are recordings and clips for an Alien RPG one-shot that was run, that from what I understand was quite tense. Quite tense and quite gruesome. And the weekend before that, Isabelle's partner Rob ran a goblin-themed D&D session, if I remember correctly. Which going off the in-game chat that was popping up while it was happening also seemed somewhat calamitous. Yes, so if you if you find yourself with a spare moment and you want to catch up on those pre-recordings or the clips that came from any of the games that we've played thus far, you can find those down below under the stream. In terms of the game today, yes, we will be playing Jason Statham's Big Vacation, which is a one-page RPG brought to us by the beautiful minds of Grant Howitt, Chris Taylor, based on a concept by Sean Smith.
And what a concept it is.
And what a concept it is.
What a concept.
Yes, we're just waiting on our fourth player to join. The premise is simple. Jason Statham, international movie star, is on his holidays. But his own impulsive nature and the attentions of his rival, Wesley Snipes, could ruin everything. It is up to you, players, a team of skilled operatives paid for by his management team to ensure that Jason has a great time. It's the RPG itself is free to download. It fits beautifully on a single page. If you were to Google search Jason Statham's Big Vacation, you will 100% be able to find this RPG and play it for yourselves.
Yeah, reading through the rules, it's nuts.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be fun, I feel. So we will.
I think we've just got some minor technical issues with our player Anton, who's joining. But
Yes.
hopefully that will be sorted soon.
If there's who's in the chat, please, by all means, I'm swiftly running out of things to vamp with. So if there's any questions for ourselves over at
Q&A.
Explorers Elsewhere, or questions for Ben, revolving around the charity, please feel free to chuck those in the chat, and you will give us juicy content to chew on.
Or if you donate £5 right now, Dan will sing us a song.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, so do I. He will sing what the first thing that comes to his mind.
Oh, that's never a
That's
never a safe
dangerous.
bet.
That's
It's very
dangerous.
dangerous. I mean, I couldn't think of a song quick enough, but your donation goes to a good place, and we all get taken to a wonderful place by Dan's amazing singing talents. I think Anton's struggling quite a bit by the sounds of it.
Yeah, bear in mind he's the mountain man, not the electronics man. So
That's true. That's true.
So tell you what, as I mentioned earlier, we are members of Explorers of Elsewhere. Yes, a weekly RPG channel over on YouTube, and also relatively recently all the major streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and so on. Our regular feature is a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign set in the Forgotten Realms, specifically in the Kingdom of Cormyr. And we follow the adventures of the Warhounds, a group of plucky mercenaries that operate out of the bustling trade city of Arabelle, as they go about trying to navigate a country that is in the grips of a bloody civil war.
We may or may not have started.
That you may or may not have accidentally started, as well as stopping the machinations of various extraterrestrial forces. Yes, we upload actual play content every Sunday at 9 a.m. Along with the audio-only versions over on the podcast streaming services. We have clips from the episodes which pop up on Wednesdays. Also, as part of the channel, we have the Tavern Between Dimensions, which is a podcast. We upload new audio episodes to the Streamies every month, the first Friday of every month. And over on the Explorers of Elsewhere channel, you can then get chopped up segments from that podcast show released weekly on Fridays, where Carl, myself, and the mysterious entity known as Anton get together and we talk shop about RPGs, usually D&D, and there's fantastic like D&D builds. There's advice as a games master. Oh,
£5. £5.
Here we
£5
go.
donation.
Here we go.
There's then a £5 donation.
What's it going to be?
okie dokie.
Come on, Dan, regale us with a beautiful song. And thank you, whoever donated. Thank you.
Yes, do we know who it's from?
It might be your wife, Carl.
Is it Tilda? Oh, thanks, Tilda.
I can hear her laughing from the other room.
If you're donating to homeless charities, clap your hands. If you're donating to homeless charities, clap your hands. Hang on, I didn't think of a third line. If you're donating for worthy causes and giving money without long pauses. If you're donating to Gaming for Good, clap your hands.
Yay!
Nailed it!
Nailed it. Amazing. I am very, very impressed.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Tilda.
Yes. We talk shop. Tavern Between Dimensions looks at D&D character builds. I believe fantastic advice for games masters and for players as well. And then the topical questions that just need to kind of be addressed sometimes. So yeah, if that's just
Hey,
Yeah,
it's not pointless.
I think
we have an Anton.
I hear a disembodied voice.
That is Anton. Yes.
Oh.
So we've got Anton without video, unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, in which case, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Anton, can you hear us?
Well, if you want to see what it looks like, you can check out the Explorers of Elsewhere and the Tavern Between Dimensions, and you can get a good look at his face.
Marvelous. Okay.
Hey.
In which case, now we have captured the soul and essence of the mountain man Anton. He will appear in moment. Well, he won't appear momentarily. His voice will appear momentarily. Yes. Thank you all for sticking around, and apologies for the delay. In a few moments, we will be kickstarting Jason Statham's Big Vacation. All right. So, Anton, I don't think the world can hear you, but just for your reference, we've gone ahead and given you the private security role. Yeah, we thought it would be. We thought you would enjoy being private security. Okay, so whilst we're all here and you lot can hear me. So the team of professionals that surround Jason Statham on his big vacation comprises of the following: his lawyer, his private security, his agent, and the tour guide, the local tour guide. We've already decided who is who. So first off, if I could introduce you to Carl, Jason Statham's lawyer.
Geez, yeah. Hi, I'm Jason Statham's lawyer. I've got to make sure that he doesn't get into any trouble. To be honest, Not an easy task. It's not an easy task. It never has been. But, is it hot in here? Is it just me? But I'm going to try my best to keep him out of prison and keep him on the straight and narrow. And oh boy, it ain't going to be easy, I'll tell you. Oh, geez, seriously, is it hot in here? Oh.
Okay, so next up, if I could introduce everyone to Julia, Jason's agent.
Hello, darlings. Yes, I'm the agent. It's my job to make sure that Mr. Statham is happy, that I grease the wheels, I make sure that everybody knows what a big deal he is, so that he's treated with the reverence which he deserves. Such a great man. He's made such a difference to cinema. One of my personal heroes, obviously. And just really looking forward to this holiday.
Okay, marvelous. Next up, we need someone who's in the know. So if I could introduce everyone to Ben, the local tour guide. Oh, I think you're muted, Ben. Anton has stolen Ben's voice.
Live streaming, right?
Hooray for live streaming.
Yeah.
If Ben and I work together, I could use his image and my voice, and then it'll be perfect.
Okay, well, just a quick nod to our lady in the chair, Isabelle. Is Anton audible to the interwebs?
I mean,
Maybe.
I'm audible to myself, but I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone in chat's confirmed they can hear Anton.
They can hear.
Okay.
Okay, Ben, we'll come back to you in a sec. Anton, mysterious disembodied voice. Please,
Sure.
we want to introduce the world to Jason's private security.
Of course, not a problem. Well, I'm Anton. I'm in charge of security, obviously. So if anybody looks at me the wrong way, there might be trouble. But normally I'm a nice guy, but don't get on my bad side, okay?
Just don't do anything that'll get you in trouble, okay?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
That is me.
Perfect. And Ben, have we regained control of your mic? Is that playing ball now?
Is it working?
Oh, yes, it is. Hello.
Hey!
It is. Hey. I'm Ben. I'm the tour guide, and I will get Jason to wherever he needs to go. I am in the know, and I'd like to think that the tour guide's just always wearing rollerblades.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm 100% on board with that. Cool. Okay, so last but not least, I am Dan. I am the Statham Master for today. So I will be doing my best to not contain the chaos too much. The dice mechanics are simple. Whenever you attempt an action, and whenever anyone attempts an action, and I reckon the outcome is in doubt, I require you to roll both a d12 and a d6 in the roller. If you're not proficient in whatever it is you're trying to do, you need to roll a 4 or less. If it is something that you can successfully argue comes under one of your 3 skills, each of you individually, though the chances of success are significantly higher. So quickly going around, the lawyer is proficient in law, spin doctor, and eye for detail. The private security is proficient in these hands are weapons. These weapons are also weapons.
Nice.
And extraction. The tour guide is proficient in local knowledge, follow me, and extreme sports. And the agent is proficient in Statham law, failed actor, and narcotics, which we here do not approve of publicly. Yes,
do.
if you roll, if the D12 and the D6 results are the same, then Jason Statham does what Jason Statham does, which is to say something entirely unpredictable. Separately, the Wesley Snipes, Jason Statham's greatest rival within the Film Actors Guild, is lurking somewhere nearby, far enough away that you cannot stop his machinations, but close enough that he can directly affect negatively affect Jason's vacation as he attempts to ruin the vacation. Film Actors Guild law dictates that he is not allowed to fire his he's not allowed to directly influence Jason, but everything else is fair game. So with that said, are we all ready to take Jason on his big vacation?
Yes.
Marvelous. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Let's do it.
Sure.
so first off, because we're doing this live, so Jason informs you. 10.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. So Jason informs you. The four of you are sat in a room outside Jason's bedroom, patiently waiting for Mr. Statham to wake up. There is a loud boom as he kicks the door open and smash cuts his way into the room with you. And he looks to you and says, "All right, boys and girls. So today's the first day of my big vacation. And what I've decided is what I really want to do is go to a yoga and or Pilates class."
Sorry.
I mean, you're absolutely right. It's good to stretch, you know.
Thing is, I don't let the world at large know about this, but I'm getting on a bit, right? And all these action films, they're causing massive amounts of strain on my heavenly body, right? So I just need to, I reckon a little bit of yoga and Pilates just to loosen myself up so I can really get into the groove of things for the rest of the vacation. Has anyone got any problems with that?
No, it's good that you take care of yourself.
No,
I mean,
darling.
is
I'm back.
the place up to code? Is it okay? Because if you get hurt, that's a problem there, Jason. Like, I'd have to sue the place, and then I have to sue the people who own the place. Oh, jeez, there's a lot of work.
I
darling,
can't
don't.
say about any codes because I'm a film actor, not a bloody yoga Pilates club owner.
Don't listen to him, darling. He always worries too much. I think this will be great for your image. You're looking after yourself. You're healthy. You're connecting with your body. It's lovely.
Brilliant. Oh God, brilliant. You, local tour guide, do you know the bestest, most fantastic yoga and or Pilates classes nearby in the Margate area, which is where I've decided to have my big vacation?
Oh God, I've been to Margate.
Yeah, man. I know a place. I know a place. Yeah, it's real good. I mean, I've got to say, I've already done my downward facing dog this morning. But yeah, I've got you covered.
Beautiful.
When did you want to leave? Have
Right
you had
now.
breakfast?
Right now.
No
he says.
breakfast for you, darling.
Nah. All I need is my own fame to feed me, and with that, he looks to you. He kind of gives you all an affirmative look, and the next thing we know, we smash cut to Jason Statham kicking open the door to this yoga and Pilates club, and he walks in and he looks at the receptionist and, "What? I'm Jason Statham," he says, and he just like saunters through into the private, the empty private booked Pilates room. No one seems to know that Jason Statham was arriving for a private yoga and Pilates class, which is potentially the first problem. But as you kind of, Jason kind of disappears off into the changing rooms. He comes back head to toe in like a full body lycra sweatband on his heads and wrists.
Could I have a chat with the instructor while he's getting changed?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just going to go. Now, you. This is a highly recommended place, and I'm sure you can appreciate that. Jason would appreciate the utmost discretion and the highest quality of care while he is in your class. Yes.
The lady you're talking to, who works at this yoga Pilates class, let's call her Chardonnay Rude.
Amazing.
she looks to you and oh no, of course, darling. Like, it's the finest yoga Pilates club that Margate has to offer, she says.
Oh God, it's a nightmare, but it'll have to do. Fine. Just be good to him. You know, if you could send all these other people away, so it could be a private class. I mean, that would be ideal, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The one thing you do notice, however, Agent, is that you notice that the building looks a little bit empty. Like, they've got like the yoga mats and stuff, you know, all the essentials, but a lot of the mod cons seem to have disappeared, and there's like blank spaces on the wall, clearly where something was originally there, and they haven't painted behind it, but it seems to have been recently removed.
I might defer to private security man Anton at this point and say, what do you make of that? Is that a problem?
So, as head of security, I need to blend in, right? So if Jason has decided to wear the sports kit and a bandana and so on, I've also got to put on the leopard print lycra and the neon wristbands and all that. So there we go. I'm going to be blending in with that.
And in fact, as you say that, Jason pokes his head out from the changing rooms and goes, "What are you Wallies doing? Come on, I've got suits, costume, outfits for all of you," he says. And he hands out.
Jason, I can't. I'm allergic to lycra.
He don't worry, yours is made out of paper mache, he says, and he hands it out.
Thank you very much.
Forces you all to put on lycra yoga suits, except for the paper mache one for lawyer.
He keeps the tie still.
Yes.
I've just like doubled up on lycra. Like I was already wearing lycra, so it's just double. Lycra.
An agent always has her own yoga gear on her at all times.
You've heard of double denim, but wait until you see double lycra. Cool. Okay, so yes. So once you're all dressed, Jason insists that you all do the yoga with him. I'm going to let everyone into a little bit of secret. I'm not 100% au fait with the intricacies of yoga and or Pilates, so we're gonna. I'm more than happy for you to throw out yoga and Pilates names at me just to keep me topped up.
Upward dog, downward dog. That's about all I know.
Okay,
child pose, tree pose.
Oh, there is child pose. You're right.
The lawyer's going to assume the corpse pose and just lay on the floor like, "This is fine. This is fine."
Just do some twists and stretches. You'll be fine, darling.
Okay, so as you in which case, as you go from downward dog into lotus pose, you tour guide, because you've always got your phone on you, and lawyer, your phone's buzz. Sorry, tour guide, your phone buzzes. Lawyer, your 80s pager buzzes. And you see that the local stock market has inexplicably and suddenly crashed.
Jeez.
And it has sent the pound and the wealth of various businesses into a horrifying down spiral, like down spin, right?
God.
And private security, you get a message to your phone that says, and it's from W Snipes, with a little smiley face emoji and welcome, like spelled URLEWCOM, welcome. As Wesley Snipes informs you of his latest and greatest ploy to screw over Jason Statham.
I look at it quizzically.
Yes. So as you look at that and ponder, with startling speed, you hear banging on the front door, and you see the Margate Yoga Pilates classes kind of fan out, and they open, like Chardonnay Rose opens the door and, "Can I help you?" And a load of repo men kind of burst in to this Yoga Pilates class, and basically, love, we've been looking at the financial states of of your business, and with the recent stock exchange, actually, this business is borderline bankrupt. So we're actually going to have to. You've gone into liquidation, love, and we're going to just have to repossess all of the things here, starting potentially with those yoga mats that curious looking bald man is currently doing yoga on.
Gus, this week the lawyer's like puts his jacket on over his lycra, walks at this. Excuse me, like you can't do this. You don't have a warrant or a writ or whatever right now. Like they didn't invite you in. You burst in the doors. That's not legal. So start anywhere else.
Also,
Get the hell out of here.
I really like my yoga mat. I don't want to give it up.
They can't take it from you. Don't give it to them. They're not allowed.
They can't take it. I agree.
Okay, so I mean that sounds like law.
That is law.
That is law to me. Okay, so Carl, if I can get you to roll me a d6 and a d12, your law stat is 9, so you need to roll a 9 or less.
That is a 3 on the d12 and a 2 on the d6. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, you can't do this. All right, I know my law. Okay.
Okay, and the repo man looks at you and, all right, Governor. I mean, like, I don't know if it's particularly up for doing it. I mean, we're just here to do a job, all right? But I mean, maybe we haven't got the correct paperwork. But you'd I could just actually, and he kind of looks around, and this repo guy reaches into his pocket, pulls out a scrap of paper, scribbles repo order on it, and like in the itinerary, he puts 1 yoga / Pilates club, and he holds it to you. Yeah, so I've got the paperwork right here.
Do I look like I was born yesterday, buddy? This isn't notarized. You don't have a notary.
As
I'm a trained notary, okay?
The other repo guys kind of push past and start to filter out through the building. Jason turns around and, what's going on? He says, sort of like his head waggling from side to side in his lycra suit. And yeah, it looks like these repo men are just kind of bodying their way in and taking things by force. Julia, Ben, or Anton, what do you do?
I would like to throw a yoga ball at them. I go, no, you're not taking my yoga mat. I refuse.
Okay, so that sounds like these weapons are also weapons.
Sure.
Roll. So Anton, if I can get you to roll a d12 and d6, your weapons are also weapons is 8. So 8 or less.
Okay, d12 and d6. Is this how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Did that do a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, am I that? I'm not that dice roller. I am.
Yeah, you can change your name up top. Okay, perfect. So you pick up this yoga ball and you
Yes.
and like it's one of the things where they look big, but they're lighter than you anticipate when you throw them. So Jason Statham doesn't do anything out of the ordinary. However, this ball just boom bounces off the head of the repo man.
And kills him.
It doesn't, no, because you have to roll under. So the repo man turns round and looks to you, and it's at this moment that like you have to double take for a split second, because the repo man looks somewhat like Jason Statham,
Right.
but you realize there are subtle differences, and you
Yeah.
realize that given he hasn't actually been in very many TV shows recently, you are staring into the cold, dead eyes of Ross Kemp.
Amazing.
And did you just throw a yoga ball at my head? He said.
Yes. You want to get down with me? Huh?
Ross Kemp turns round and, I'll have you know that I've been to the most dangerous places on earth, he says. And Jason Statham, he's stood up in the corner going, who's this twat? He says. And Ross Kemp kind of sizes up to you, puffs his shoulders out. Maybe you'll know me better as one of the Mitchell brothers, he said. Can't remember which one. It's Phil and no, it's not Ross. Is it Ross Mitchell? Is Ross Kemp Ross Mitchell? Whatever.
It's Ross. It's Ross.
It is Ross. Oh, God. One of the greatest actors ever to grace EastEnders television, he says. And he
That's
says,
slanderous. It's clearly Jason Statham. That's clear slanderous.
and I I may be, I could be horribly wrong here. I may be a failed actor who's now become a repo man. But that does not give you the right to throw Pilates balls at my head, son.
Well, it doesn't give you the right to take my yoga mat.
Agent wants to jump in at this point, and she's going to appeal to Ross Kemp's sense of decency as an actor, and she's going to sort of connect with him on the failed actor front and be saying, Ross, you're better than this, Ross. Seriously, I saw you on EastEnders. I saw you in that brief stage play nobody remembers. You were sublime, darling. The acting world did you wrong. It did me wrong too. You're better than this. You're talking to Jason bloody Statham. And surely an actor of your former clout should be working with him and not against him. Come on, we all need to stick together.
Ross Kemp looks to his fellow repo men and maybe you're right. Maybe you ain't, he says. And that sounds like a failed actor roll.
It is indeed.
So if I could have you need to roll a 6 or less on your D12. D12 and D6.
D12 and D6. That's a 7 on the D12, unfortunately.
Ross Kemp, he looks you up and down and love. I may be a failed actor who's now a repo man. But at least I ain't a failed actor who's now Jason Statham's agent, he says. And he just kind of dusts a singular speck of dust off his repo man coat. And he turns around and you can see that Jason's kind of shook up by the developments. Like his fragile psyche isn't, he's not kind of used to this. So actually, Jason's well-being is tracked by the Statham tracks.
Oh, no.
And I'm now going to roll a D3 because that's a 3 on a D3. So because of all of this stuff that's happening, like Jason came here to find himself, to center himself, to
Find peace.
immerse himself in tranquility, and all of these repo men are just, they're invading on his personal space, and that makes Jason Statham quite sad.
Oh no.
And he fills 3 spots on his sad track.
No.
If Jason Statham's well-being tracks are dead, sad, arrested, or bored, you are attempting to stop Jason becoming any of these things.
Yes.
Because it would be terrible for the vacation if he becomes dead, sad, arrested, or bored. So he is now 3 squares along the sad track. Jason's like, all right, mate, could you not just, you know what? I think maybe we should just bounce from here. I'm just not feeling it anymore. And as he says it, you notice that one of the repo men has kind of gone into the changing rooms, and they're just emptying the lockers. And when I say the lockers, I mean Jason Statham is the only person, and you lot, the only people in here. So you notice this repo man kind of leaving the lockers with Jason's clothing, with your clothing, as part of the repossession of the yoga Pilates class.
Carl, do something. These are our things, not the yoga place's things.
I'm sorry.
This.
They're right, okay? They're right. You can't steal any of our stuff. You cannot steal my stuff, okay? It's my stuff. Acid also is Jason. It's my medication. It's my stuff. Yes, okay, Jason's stuff is there too, and I care about that a lot. But I care about my stuff more. Just please obey the rule of law, okay?
Tell you what, lawyer. Real quick, roll me an eye for detail check.
So that's 6. I need to get. That's a 7 and a 2.
Oh no.
Okay. It's all gone wrong. Okay. So you don't notice that the repo men are just kind of leaving with all of your worldly possessions and so on and so forth. Like they like you're shouting at one, and the rest are just kind of walking around you. Tour guide, it's up to you to potentially save the day. You notice that Ross Kemp, potentially failed actor, now repo man. You notice some telltale scuffs on like his knees and elbows and the small of his back. And given your proficiency with extreme sports, you recognize the telltale signs that Ross Kemp is actually a wicked extreme break dancer. And here in this yoga Pilates class, which is now basically empty, like they've already taken the reception desk in the face of this Wesley Snipes inspired stock market crash. You realize that potentially, if nothing else, to win back Jason's clothes, you could potentially challenge Ross Kemp to an extreme break dance.
Skate on over there.
Sorry, Ben. I think you've gone. I think we've lost your.
Ben's a
mic,
robot.
Ben.
Yeah, you've gone a little bit. Your voice has gone a bit distorted, so I think maybe you just need to wait for it to.
Sorry,
correct
quick
itself.
refresh and then we'll
How
run that
am
again.
I
Sorry.
now?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
better.
Brilliant.
Much better.
Sorry. Yeah,
Cool.
beg my pardon. So yeah, you realise
Yeah.
Ross Kemp could be challenged to an extreme break dance.
So yeah. So I skate on over to him, and I say,
Yes.
"You and me, we're gonna have a little breakdancing competition. I'm not taking these skates off, and when I beat you, you're gonna give me back Jason Statham's clothes."
Okay. Perfect. In which case, Ross looks to you and what he says, and from behind you, you hear Jason go, "You what?" And as the two of you part, you and Ross Kemp part, and you stand off against one another, I will require a single extreme sports check, D6 and a D12. You're aiming for 5 or lower. Oh, the tension.
Oh no!
Oh,
Sevens.
So, local tour guide, as you start your rollerblade aided extreme break dance with Ross Kemp, you pull out what you consider to be a pretty sick break dance. And Ross Kemp looks to you, rolls the bomber jacket off his shoulders, and he's just stood there in like a Ross Kemp tight-fitting shirt, black shirt, and he kind of flexes his arm muscles a bit, and you witness one of the most extreme break dances ever to have graced Margate. And as Ross Kemp systematically dismantles you in the art of extreme breakdance, you can see, and like all the other repo men are starting to get into it, and they're kind of hyping him up and making things louder and louder. Jason's just in the back going,
Dance off.
"Oh,
Dan,
yeah."
This is a brilliant moment to mention. We've had a £15 donation.
We have.
Yes.
Jason Statham does something unpredictable.
Right, okay. Okay, £15.
Thank
who
you
was
so
it,
much.
Sid?
I think it was Isabelle.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, perfect. So thank you, Isabel and Rob. So yes, as Ross Kemp, like local tour guide, you can feel yourself being crushed under the emotional weight of Ross Kemp's extreme breakdance. Jason Statham, off the back of that, like he's gone past sadness, like he's veering into anger. First things first, I am going to quickly add more. I'm going to add one more spot to the sad track on Jason Statham, but
Oh,
he looks to Ross Kemp, he looks to everyone else, and he just shakes his head, and he goes, I, Jason Statham, international movie star, I came here for some peaceful yoga and Pilates, and then all you lot have come in here and you're just making noise and you're pulling all these moves, and I've had enough of it. I fought with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. All right, you ain't, have ya? Nah. And he says that, and before any of you could do anything, he puts one strong foot back.
Oh!
Bam! He punches Ross Kemp clean in the schnoz.
Nice.
And
Oh
Ross
my
Kemp
God.
is rocked backwards. Oh, and he hits the ground. He folds in half. Red flies everywhere as Jason Statham, with the power of action film VFX editing, knocks out Ross Kemp in a single punch. And he looks at him, like flexes his shoulders back and goes, "Yeah, transport you to A&E," he says.
Does he do it in like 6 different cuts for that one punch?
Yes.
It's like
Yeah,
multiple
you
angles.
watch it from multiple cuts as he one-hit punches Ross Kemp. The other repo men turn, look at you all, and they all go hostile because Ross Kemp, like there's birds flying around Ross Kemp's head. He's completely out of it. So as the
Oh dear.
as the other repo men approach in on Jason Statham, who's pulled a phony kind of martial arts pose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
need
go
to
ahead.
I'm gonna get the foam roller out. I'm not messing around. Okay, I take the foam roller, and then I'm gonna hit some more people.
I am gonna grab a little vial out of my bag, crack off the top, and like wave it under Jason's nose to give him some like it's
What
just
is
something really like powerful that sends him into a bit of a rage.
Are you
with lots of
sedating?
stress.
Oh, a rage!
No. It's
Oh,
like a
you're-
rage thing. I don't want him
Is it
being
Manuka
sedated. I want him
honey?
hyped up. I want him.
Manuka
I want
honey.
him on form now.
The
Maybe
lawyer,
maybe the lawyer can pass this off as part of a scene from a
yeah,
film. or
the
something.
lawyer immediately beelines towards the door for when the press start turning up so he can spin it like, yeah, we're just trying to make a really nice film in here. It's called Yoga Karate 7. Like, if you're not seeing the first 6, it's because they're very, very
Yogarati.
niche.
Yogarati.
Yoga Karate 7.
Okay.
The yoganing.
Okay, so
Yoga
first things
name.
first, private security. As you equip yourself with the, what did you call it? A foam rolo?
Yeah, foam
Foam
roller.
roller?
Yeah.
Those big foam tubes.
The big foam
Yes.
tubes, right? Okay, as you equip yourself with one of those big foam tubes that you usually see in swimming pools, and for some reason is in the yoga or Pilates
No, you
class.
can use it to stretch out, Dan.
Oh, can you now? Okay,
Yes.
cool. As you swing it at the first repo man, that is these weapons are also weapons, and 8 or less on the dice, please.
My favorite move. What am I rolling, Dan? The D12,
So
D6?
D12 and D6, and you're looking for an 8 or less on your D12.
Wait, is this gonna roll them again, or is it another roll? Okay, I don't really
Yeah.
know how this roller works. Let's try
That's
this.
okay.
Is that a thing?
I'll take your first results, yeah, because you only have to.
No.
Ones and
so
ones. Is it
One-
A
Is
one
good?
and a one.
One's good or bad?
One's a
One
good.
is very good.
But
I crit. What do you mean? But
there is a but.
Okay.
no,
So
no, I crit, Dan. Good things
on a
happen.
1, it goes very, very well. So you
Yes.
sweep this Rolo tube and you boom, boom, boom. You take out all 3 repo men in a single sweep.
Amazing.
And I'm
Don't
gonna
listen to me.
cut in, Agent, as you kind of swing the as you swing your narcotics under Jason's nose. The bloodlust takes over him as he and he without unexpectedly breaks away from the 4 of you and bursts out into the streets of Margate, shouting, "I'll fight you all!" He says. He just runs off, and you can see him beelining towards the nearest bus stop where there's a little old lady, kind of watching Jason Statham pelting towards her, his eyes bloodshot.
And is he still wearing the
in-
tight
in
lycra
just-
and
In a form-fitting lycra outfit. Okay, so Agent. We'll say your narcotics also passed because Jason's on a roll now. Tour guide, what do you do?
I
Oh.
skate after.
So you've
Jason
Daleked
and
again,
then try
sorry.
and Get ahead of him.
Sorry.
Oh man. So,
I think it sounded like you said you're chasing after Jason. Is that?
I mean, I don't really mind the voice. I think you should just keep it. It's kind of hard to hear, but maybe if you articulate, you might get by with it.
Yeah, there you're
There
back.
you go.
Oh,
You're
there
back.
you are. Perfect.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So I skate after Jason to try and sort of like cut him off before he gets to the old lady, and I just say like, "Look, Jason, if you want to fight, the nag's head's just over here. We'll have ourselves a proper pub rule. Like, follow me."
Yes!
Perfect.
Yes!
Perfect. Okay, in which case, sir, if I could have a D12 D6 for follow me, you need a 6 or less. As you're skating along this charging Jason Statham. Oh no! Okay.
We're rolling too high, guys.
You're rolling
That's the
too
problem.
well. So
Amazing.
Jason kind of looks to you, acknowledges what you're saying, and then at like his head height never changes as he leaps into a flying kick and like drop kicks this old lady through the back of the bus shelter, and as this lady and her little pushchair cart just and a cartwheel through. She's sprawled out on a nearby verge, and Jason stands up, strikes a victory pose, looks at you and goes, "Yeah, it sounds really good," he says, and then just kind of rumbles over towards the nag's head at your insistence. Because he has drop kicked an old lady through a bus stop. Jason Statham's now filling the arrested trap.
No. The lawyer needs to have a
Yeah,
chance
so-
to do something.
Well, the calls for police to come up. So yeah, if they arrive, lawyer can
Make
step
the old
in.
lady sign a waiver.
No, he was talking to the press. Like,
Oh, that's true.
That's true. In which case, yeah, as you're busy talking to the random people that happen to be nearby to the yoga Pilates class.
Now listen. We've hidden cameras all over the city. That's why you can't see any crew and stuff. It makes it more real and visceral. So Jason gets into character. Don't worry about the old lady. She's in on it. She's an actor. She was Dwayne the Rock Johnson's stunt double. You may not like think it, but she was. Okay.
The random strangers that you've stopped just look to you and, "I'm sorry, do we know you?" they say. And yeah, you all have to kind of jog at the very least to keep up with a Jason Statham who's still on the angry train as he beelines for the Nag's Head, which is a nearby pub at the insistence of the tour guide.
Great.
So Jason. Inside the pub it's a very quaint, little Margate pub. There's just a couple of people just enjoying their drinks, and, little bags of peanuts, maybe a half. Everyone's drinking half pints. It's very calm and quiet. And then the door kicks open as Jason Statham smash cuts in through the front door. And he looks at you all and he points a finger and, "All right, you lot, who wants a fight?" he says. As you all catch up with him, what do you do?
I will fight Jason Statham myself. But like, I will make it instructional, right? Okay, Jason, you want to fight? Okay, but first we'll make it a practice, okay? We'll fight each other.
Okay,
we'll spar. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a. What are you fighting him with?
We haven't practiced bottle fighting in a while, so we're gonna break some beer bottles and we're gonna practice with that because we haven't practiced. We like to train together, but we haven't done this in a while. So we're gonna break some bottles and we're gonna practice with this.
Okay. In which case,
or bar stools. I don't know. Either or can go.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's coming. He's offered this challenge to you all. Jason Statham looks somewhat surprised as his own security accepts the challenge, and he kind of, as you suggest, beer bottles and bar stools. He looks and goes, "All right, yeah, really takes me back to my days of acting in Snatch," he says, and he walks over. He poor martial art kicks a stool and equips himself with a bar stool leg, and then hands you a beer bottle.
I break 2 beer bottles and I go, "Okay, I'm ready." You
Okay,
remember how to fight this way?
right.
Like they showed you in the monastery.
Roll me D12 and D8. These weapons are also weapons. Roll an 8 or less.
D12 and D8. Hold on. How do I delete?
You
click on the
click on
dice,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
D12
Mm.
and a D8. Let's go.
D6.
Wait, D6.
Dan said D8.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Let
let me roll D6. Hold on, give me a second. There you go. Yes.
Okay, fine. So a 12.
12 and a
and
4. That's not great, is it?
Okay, so you leap at Jason Statham, and he like you go in with broken beer bottles. What are we doing? You go in with broken beer bottles, and he just
We're practicing.
and then
Oh,
a
good, Jason.
singular-
Good. Well done.
There's a single. So you roll a 12, so it goes very badly. So Jason ducks out the way of all of your beer bottles, lifts up the bar stool, and with a singular blow, boom, knocks you unconscious.
Amazing.
Oh no!
So, if an action goes badly and it was dangerous, the Statham Master may rule that the character is injured or stressed and shifts a point from ability into adrenaline. So, Anton, from here on out,
Yes.
you have to add 1 to any of your D12s.
Oh no!
As
plus
Jason
1,
Statham
D12.
gives you a concussion.
Nice.
Oh no!
So, right, Jason Statham is now equipped with a bar stool. The red mist has descended on him. He thinks he's right in the middle of a Act 3 final fight. Lawyer, you can see lots of people have kind of stood around, and they're like all of these pub goers, and they're just kind of gently reaching for their phones and turning on the cameras.
Just remember to use the hashtag Yogarati7, okay? Yogarati7, it's gonna be the greatest film of all time. Entirely made from social media videos.
So, from what I gather, you're trying to take this story and spin it.
Oh yes,
Into
he's trying to
a
do
new
something.
truth. Spin doctor roll. That's a D6 and D12 less than 7 or less.
Gods of Statham, come on. Son of a...
What?
Uh,
Oh,
So all of these.
how are we rolling so
so-
bad?
Well, no, you're rolling so well. That's the problem. So you've got your hands up and you're like, trying to convince everyone. And all of these old Kentish people are just looking at you because they just don't understand your accent. And because obviously, as we all know, Kent has a very, very strong accent. And they look to you, and you can see the flashes. Because obviously all these old people, they don't know how to turn off the flashes on their camera phones. So all the camera phones start flashing as they take photos of Jason Statham having a brawl in the middle of the Nag's Head. So I think, given that he's causing a public disturbance, that's another 1 spot on the arrested track.
Oh, jeez.
Can
we get an update on how the tracks are looking, Dan?
So at the moment, the sad
5.
and arrested tracks are both on 3 out of 8.
Oh,
But Jason
jeez.
is not
Oh, shit.
bored nor dead. So
That's the plus side.
that is a plus, right?
Do we have anything to sedate him?
It is possible to yes, is the answer to that, but we'll come to that if it gets dire. Agent.
Yeah.
The lawyer has not been able to convince the elderly masses of Margate that Jason Statham is in fact filming for Yogarati 7.
So I guess I'm gonna step in, and I'm going to say now listen everybody. What you may not know about Mr. Statham is that he's incredibly generous. He gives to many charities, but it's always secret because he's humble. He would be willing to take you all on as paid extras in the film, since you're so dedicated to his craft. And it comes with a small fee for our thanks. So I'm trying to use Statham law about this idea that he's this really generous guy to convince them to like.
Okay,
Drop
I'll
it.
allow it. D12 and D8 on a Statham law, 8 or less.
8 or less. Okay. What's happening? What is happening? An 11? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I'm just looking back over all our rolls. We haven't succeeded on a roll
We
in
succeeded
like half
at one.
an hour.
We succeeded the first roll. The first roll
Yeah.
we succeeded
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
and
yeah,
since
yeah.
then.
But we're like an hour into the game. So
Right.
What?
Okay. In which case, let's change it up. So you try to convince everyone to take on to become a
Paid extras.
paid extras for Yogarati 7. And all of the old people, they're just they're looking at the lawyer, they're looking at you, they're looking at Jason, who's just kind of like stood in the middle of this pub swinging a bar stool leg around, kind of making yeah noises intermittently. And these old people, they've just kind of had enough of it, and they just far too much bother, and they just kind of gently filter around Jason and the rest of you as they just kind of disperse into the streets of Margate. And like as they leave, Jason's arms get a bit slower and slower as he tuckers himself out a bit, and then he just stops and goes, "That was proper boring, wasn't it?" He says, and he just kind of
Tour guide, tell him something exciting about the local area. Quick,
he takes,
before he gets bored. Before he gets
takes-
bored.
well,
The
he
rules
takes-
clearly state, Dan, that we have a chance to do something about it.
only if he's in danger mode. So at the moment, the first inkling of boredom has crept into Jason's mind. He is now 1 of 8 bored. Speaking of which, tour guide, you know the local sites of Margate. Do you think that it's worth carrying on here, or do you want to try and convince Jason to go somewhere else?
I mean, it seems pretty dead in here. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's just left. There's no part here. There's nothing going on here. So yeah, I'm gonna suggest something else. Do I get to suggest anything else?
Well, if you're recommending to Jason that you change the scene, I can happily roll up a new scene for the next stage of Jason's big vacation.
Yeah, it's trying to say, look, Jason, you seem bored, man.
Yeah.
Like, come with me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sounds good. Where are we going? He says. And you open your mouth, and the words that come out of your mouth as you decide on the next place to go, you look to him and say to Jason's face lights up as you suggest, how about going to the dog races? So, have
I woken up, Dan?
You have now woken up. Cool. You're still on +1 adrenaline though. So the scene in the Nag's Head fades to black, and the next thing we see, bam! The door to Margate Dogs Races are kicked open as Jason Statham walks in, still in his body tight lycra suit because no one's been able to get his clothes back. And he looks around and goes, "Yeah, this is it. This seems much better," he says, not realizing that, unknowingly, that Wesley Snipes, his rival, has prepared another threat. And yeah, Jason he looks a bit in his element. Everything's sort of reset, and he goes up and he goes up to the ticket booth and goes, "Yeah, I'll have £100 on all of them because I'm Jason Statham, and Jason Statham always wins," he says. So you watch as Jason drops about £1,600 on the all the dogs racing in the next race, and then he gets himself a seat in the VIP booth, and he sits down and goes, "Yeah, this is pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah, pretty lush."
I'm just going to go and see if I can get you some champagne, darling.
"Yeah, no, you do that," he said. "You do that." And turn that on. So, Jason looks around. Private security, you've got a pretty big bar stool shaped lump on your head. Lawyer, you're looking around, knowing that sweating a bit because you know that Jason's quite sad. He could potentially be arrested, and he's starting to get bored. But as that happens, like the races start. I assume they fire a little, and the kennel things open, and the dog kind of run out, and the rabbit goes down, and you watch these dogs kind of going around the racetrack. And Jason Statham stood up with his 16 tickets, one for each dog, and he's going, yeah, come on, Victory Bell, come on, Dairy, yeah, come on, yeah. And one of the dogs crosses the finish line first, and Jason looks at his tickets and drops the losing 15 tickets. And yeah, told you I'd win, he said, waving the one winning ticket.
Well done. It was good job.
Not realizing that he's actually net worth down because he spent £1,600 on an even Stevens dog. Not sponsored, yes. And yeah, he turns to you and goes, "You know what? I reckon that this game could, this vacation, this game." Oh, that's a Freudian slip, isn't it? This vacation could be saved, you know. And he's sort of like looking to you, and he's all smiling. But the four of you notice behind him, on the other side of the dog stages, on the roof, you see the glint of a sniper rifle scope.
Oh no!
Bullshit.
And
Wesley,
you watch as the red dot of Wesley Snipes' sniper rifle kind of tracks across the dog race stadium to the poorly kept explosive barrels.
Uh-oh.
And with a single, a bullet flies across the stadium, hits the explosive barrels, and there's a massive inferno as the red barrels with a little fire icon on them explode, setting the immediate area on fire. And Jason turns around and goes, "Ah, no, not again," he says. And like as all the alarms go off and the sprinklers kind of turn on and people kind of running around screaming, the dogs get loose. The dogs are just running around chasing things that look like rabbits. Jason looks at you and goes, "Why is it we could never just have an happy, friendly time? You know, I just want to see the dog races."
You're too famous.
You'll need to do something with him. Well, the explosion has caused the ground underneath you to crack as the VIP area starts to lose its foundations. What do you do?
Extraction.
Yes.
Extraction.
Extraction. I've planned for this, and I hired a helicopter just in case this would happen. If we couldn't use the ground, we must use the air.
Amazing.
So I had a helicopter on standby.
Okay. Right. Okay. So as the ground breaks, like the ground underneath you is cracking, and private security, you call in, and this helicopter kind of flies in, and Jason kind of looks to you, and he's just like, "Oh, but I mean, like we just got here," he says, and he's like,
"No, but we can get a better view from above. Don't worry."
So first things first, Anton, if I could have you roll a d12 d6 on your extraction, you need a 6 or less.
Oh no, we're not good at that.
Yeah, 6, 12. Let's go, and I get a +1 to my d12.
Oh,
So
okay,
did it!
Okay. Right.
What is the d6 for?
That's the Statham die to find out if he does anything unexpected. Okay, so yeah, the helicopter, you successfully hired a licensed and registered helicopter pilot.
Yes.
So this helicopter kind of comes in and is perfectly hovering. Jason is still a bit bummed about having to kind of leave the dog races so early.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Jason, just think, sipping this champagne at 200 feet, watching the carnage. You love that sort of thing, don't you?
Yeah, I do actually. It reminds me of my days filming Death Race, actually. Yeah. And
right. It's a 6.
It's a 6. That is a pass. Okay.
Wait.
And he looks and goes, "No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, no, I'm not going to feel sad about this unexpected turn of events. Blast that Wesley Snipes," he says. "But I don't know. It's still quite cold in here, and it was drizzling a little bit out there. I don't really know if I want to go outside. It's kind of warm and cozy, you know."
Just think, Statham, if you take the helicopter closer to the fire, you'll be warm.
Yes.
Is that a spin doctor?
That's a spin doctor.
Is that what you're going for? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Spin doctor. 7 or less on your d12.
Please.
Yes!
How the tables have turned. And he looks at you and goes, "You know what? You're right. The only problem I have is I've recently had a full body tan, so I am somewhat flammable. So whilst your idea has merit, I'm not entirely sure if it's safe for my, if it's good for my health. I don't know. I feel like I just need a little, one further little nudge to convince me to get on this helicopter. I need a, someone to convince me to follow them. That's what I really, really need.
Tour guide.
Amazing.
Bring it home.
And he's kind of rubbing his exquisitely maintained stubbly chin as he ponders on this. Tour guide, perhaps once again, it's your chance to save the day.
So, Jason.
Oh, we have a donation.
Do we?
Oh,
£10.
Oh.
Who's it from?
I
It's
believe
not
that-
you, is it?
What do you mean?
It's doesn't it say? What does it say?
It does.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
Just about.
Sorry, thanks for the stream. The head of security is great.
Oh, that's
Anton.
nice. Thanks.
The mystery.
Thanks so much to whoever said this.
Serious.
Okay,
really
so
kind.
unfortunately for you, local guide, a £10 donation also means you have to re-roll your next success. So,
Great.
apologies in advance, Ben.
Anton.
Ben,
Oh, this guy sucks.
what is your plan, Ben?
So yeah, I'm going to say, look, Jason, the helicopter. It's fast. It's the fastest route to the next location of your dream Margate holiday. So follow me onto the chopper.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna need a D6 and a D12.
Even if you
Follow
can't
me is a
re-roll
6
it
or
now.
less, and you have to re-roll it if you succeed.
Oh my god, it is a success as well. It's
So
heartbreaking.
you're gonna do it again?
Why, Anton?
Oh, no. Oh wait, what is that number? I can't read it.
It's the success, but he does something unexpected.
Jason Statham looks to you and goes, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a really good idea. That sounds like a cracking idea.
Do it.
But first, he says,
Oh.
and he turns and dives headfirst through the window of the VIP booth onto the racetracks below. And he rolls, he kind of rolls, action hero rolls into a 3-point turn, and he stands up and he shouts up to you, but first I want to get a dog, he says.
I mean,
And as this helicopter's flying overhead, like he's
Understandable.
100% going to get on the helicopter with you, but he definitely wants a dog first. So he's looking around, and all the dogs are panicking and running around amok because there's been an explosion thanks to the Wesley Snipes. And then Jason's just starts like running around, desperately trying to catch these whippets that are significantly faster than him.
Ben, your audio is not working.
Yeah, sorry, Ben, you've got Dalek again. Sorry.
I'm not fully convinced Ben is a real person, to be honest. I don't know you guys.
Ben's amazing.
Are you sure about this?
There you
You're
are.
back. You're back.
Hello. Okay, so yes.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, Ben is back.
Yes, perfect. So
So I'm gonna dive.
So you're gonna dive?
Am I
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dive out of the window after him, and I'm gonna help him get a dog. I'm gonna chase down a whippet on the rollerblades
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
using my extreme sports ability.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so if I could have a D6 and a D12, you need a 5 or less, presumably as you use your roller skates to grind down the poles and pipes to the racetrack and try and help catch a dog.
Oh no!
What do you get?
The worst result possible.
That's not be good.
Oh, okie dokie. So, you, with barely a scant thought for your own personal safety, you leap from the VIP booth as the floor cracks and crumbles a bit more. You land on the handily placed grind pipe from the VIP area down to the racetracks, and as you're pulling a pose, you grind along this pipe on your rollerblades.
Sweet.
You realize that you hadn't quite anticipated where this grind pipe would go, and you grind all the way through the flames from the explosion.
Sweet.
Oh
As-
no.
Oh wait, bad. Oh bad.
And
My double lycra.
as your double lycra starts to like heat shrink, kind of sucks in onto your body a bit more. As you're a local tour guide, I can only assume your head is covered, absolutely caked in Brill cream hair gel. As your hair catches fire as you emerge from the inferno, a living inferno. So, good sir, this does nothing to upset you physically, but it does increase your adrenaline because that looked sick as hell. And as you leap off the end of the grind pipe, your adrenaline has been increased by 1, so we're going to need a +1 to all of your D12 rolls going forward.
Sweet.
Oh, we're so
But
sweet.
yes, unfortunately, like you land on the racetrack along with Jason, and you can see Jason he's off at the moment. He's chasing after a whippet hound. What's everyone else doing?
The lawyer is going to basically see which dog owner is basically trying to stop Jason from grabbing their dog. He's going to go up to us like,
Look, you don't understand. Like, Jason was unknowingly knighted by the Queen in a special role that he may take anything he like, and it'd be considered a knight of the realm. So if he takes your dog, he literally owns it as a knight of the realm. So I'm sorry, but you no longer have any ownership of the dog, okay?
Do you consider that to be law or a spin job?
that's law.
That's law, right?
That's law.
If you're a knight,
It's not
of
a
the realm,
real. It's not a real law, so it should be spin, right?
It could be a law. I mean,
it could be
we've
a
got
law.
loads
We don't
of weird
know.
laws.
Oh, we don't know. It's true.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna ask for a law.
Law. Okay.
It's the sort of thing
Law.
where British laws are bizarre, right?
Exactly.
Some of the older ones.
That is a 5 and a 1. Oh,
5 and a 1.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Are you convincing some random old lady?
Whoever
Just like
if
the
he
crowd.
convinces the dog owner, if any other dog owners
Dog
take
owner.
of umbrage to Jason Statham taking his dog, it's like, nah, unfortunately, Jason owns your dog now. I'm sorry. You don't own it anymore. It's his.
Okay. So you see this dog owner. She's desperately chasing after her dog, shouting, "Poochie! Oh, come back, Poochie!" she says. And like you intercept her, and as you start giving her the spiel, she's just like, she looks at you incredulously. But as you detail the exact laws and the paragraphs and the clauses, specifically, she just kind of goes, "Oh, all right then," she says, and she just accepts the word of a lawyer.
Don't worry, he'll have top billing on the film, okay?
Okay. And she looks out and she points and but my Poochie was the only Dalmatian here, she says. And as you turn and look, you see Jason single-mindedly chasing this Dalmatian in an attempt to snatch it down. What do private security and agent do?
I'm tempted to get out my trank gun and try and like take the dog down so that it's easier for Jason to catch.
Are you arguing that's narcotics?
Yes. Can I roll it?
It makes sense. Jason's agent.
It's normally for him.
I think this
Normally
has to
it's
be,
for him, but this time it's for the Dalmatian.
I think this has to be a tragedy in 2 parts, right? So I'm gonna, because the 2 of you together, I'm gonna combo it. So, agent, I'm gonna have you roll narcotics because you got to make sure you pick out the right vial.
Yes.
Uh,
And then I
private
hand the
security,
trank gun to private security.
You will
to take
then
the
have to
shots.
roll these weapons are also weapons as you load the dart into the trank gun
Yes.
that you carry around in case of Statham emergencies.
So
Just
this
to
can
make
only
it-
go well.
Just to make
Yes.
it clear, if I choose the wrong thing, nothing in my bag kills anybody, right?
Of course.
Okay, good. Oh no. That's an 8, and my narcotic score is 6. So it doesn't.
Okay.
I choose
Okay,
something else.
so
I choose
you-
like a vitamin supplement or
You-
something.
you
You
like
look
choose,
that.
at you look at the 2 vials and this one, and you hand it to private security. Private
Right.
security, if you could roll me these weapons are also weapons as you load in the absolutely,
Sure. Yeah.
definitely sedative
Amazing.
tranquilizer.
Oh wow.
Is 6 good for Jason, or is 1 good for Jason?
It has to be the same as the score on the D12 for him to do something.
Right. So you roll a 12.
Okay.
It goes horribly badly. So
Yeah.
Yes.
private security, as you load in whatever agent has just given you, you lift the rifle up, you get Jason Statham. Wait, sorry, you shooting the dog or Jason?
I'm shooting the dog, but
Shooting
it
the
might.
dog, right, okay.
I might
So
end
you-
up shooting Jason instead, just out of habit.
So you aim, look, you see the rifle, and then like Jason.
I've
and
got
you-
this. Don't worry. I got Jason. Jason.
And at the last moment, agent, you kind of wait, what? And there's a as a trank rifle is fired, lawyer and tour guide, just as you manage to snatch up this dog, aided by your roller skates,
Nice.
you turn around to see Jason Statham with a trank dart sticking out the side of his neck,
Oh my god.
and Jason stands there looking at you for a moment as he, and he pulls this dart.
I
that's
got him,
just been
agent.
fired.
I got him. Don't worry.
And then Jason looks to you and goes, what was that? He says. And like as you look at him, as you kind of rollerblade up to him, you watch as his eyes. And it seems that
Oh no.
instead of a sedative, private security's accidentally just shot Jason Statham with adrenaline.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
And
Oh,
no.
Jason Statham, as the adrenaline takes hold, he just whoa and rips open his lycra shirt. And because it's a onesie, the whole thing tears off.
God.
Jason Statham stands in front of you, naked as the day he was born. Thankfully, his integrity covered by the Dalmatian that you're holding just in front of the camera. And as people around start, oh my, looking at a now naked Jason Statham, and calls to 999 begin happening. Right, he's 3 more steps on the road to being arrested.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh,
oh.
no. Are we
Public
on 6?
indecency.
Are we on 6 for
You're on
arrested?
6 of 8 for arrested.
Oh, that's not great.
Definitely not good.
Jason Statham roars in bestial fury. And
Wait, how do we win this game?
Apparently, we can reduce the Statham tracks with appropriate successful actions. 1 for a
That's it.
small action, 2 for a medium, 3 for a serious repair
okay.
job. So we can try and do things to repair what's happened here.
I
yes,
see.
you can.
Understand.
I mean, in this exact moment in time, Jason looks at you, wild-eyed local tour guide, and shouts, "I'm Jason Statham, and I'm fast and furious," he says.
Yes.
And he blows past you. He makes a beeline for the hole in the side of the dog race wall where the explosion happened, and he just leaps through the flames and kind of disappears off into the Margate streets. Luckily for you, you have got that tracker on him for his own safety, so you are able to track him to the next location, which is.
Okay. Call off the
no, not-
helicopter. Call off the helicopter.
Oh yes, yeah, there's a helicopter in there. Right. Okay. So, Act 3 of this action film. So you all jump in the helicopter, which thankfully that's the only way you can keep up with him in his nude aerodynamic adrenaline fueled form, and you're chasing Jason Statham through the streets of Margate as he looks a bit like he does in all the action scenes of Crank. He's just kind of frothing at the mouth slightly as he flies across the tarmac. And up ahead, you see the bright colors that clearly are drawing him to them like a moth to a flame, and you see that he's approaching a gala opening.
Oh god.
oh no. So as he and like the gala opening is again quite a pleasant and serene Margate affair.
I'm sure we carry backup suits, right, Dan? Either me or agent have backup suits.
Yes. I suspect that you've all got additional outfits. What I'm
Sure.
also going to say, given that this is Margate, it's not just a gala opening; it's a gala bingo opening. It's a brand new gala bingo that's opening in the Margate area. Oh, we do.
Ooh.
20 pounds.
No, you don't. Ah! Boo! Okay, so
Amazing.
in which case, there's an applause and a cheer as the ribbon in front of the new gala bingo in Margate is the ribbon is cut. And all the old dears kind of really excited for the newest venue to play bingo at. Jason Statham blows through them all, drop kicks through the front door of the gala bingo.
Oh, no.
And the adrenaline wears off. He's got a bit of a rush. So as he comes down from his adrenaline rush, he is no longer as sad, as arrested, or as bored as he once was.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay, so he's back down to 5 out of 8 arrested and 3 out of 8 sad.
We still need to get that arrested one down because another 3 and we're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave that to me.
Leave it to the lawyer. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Right.
What's he up to now, Dan? The Wesley Snipes?
What is? Sorry, I never thought that I'd have to look exactly where Margate is on the map.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sure. Right. So the interesting thing about this new gala bingo is that it's the first fully underwater gala bingo in the
What
UK.
now? When you say underwater,
it is underwater.
do you mean that like the building is
The building is underwater.
and
Yes.
so you've got water around it, like you can see fish and stuff, but there's air in the building,
Yes,
right?
it's basically it's a gala bingo built in the old property of the Sea Life Centre in Margate.
Right. Yes.
Specifically in the underwater section. So
Sure.
there is nothing between the gala bingo and the sea around Margate.
It
except
sounds nice, but the water in Margate is pretty murky. So it's kind of like an aquarium with murky water and like,
Oh.
yeah, it's okay. It's nice, lovely. Oh, where did Dan go?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Whoa.
Oh,
Lost the Satan Master.
we've lost our GM, unfortunately.
I mean, we can play without him.
That's
sure.
okay. Yeah. We can go rogue. That's right, Isabelle.
Good. Let's start doing cool shit to like fix all the.
Okay, quick. How do we make him less arrested?
we just convince everyone that he's legally allowed to do everything.
True.
Because
Yeah.
he's Jason Statham. He's part of
Because
Fast
he's
and Furious franchise. You
Jason
know.
goddamn
Yeah.
Statham. That's right.
Exactly.
Well, it's all a movie, right? So in movies, you can do
Exactly,
things
yeah.
which aren't legal, but it's okay because it's a movie. It's all fake.
Exactly. You know.
So all the things are part of the movie, and this is what we have to explain to the police.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I might just go up and check on Dan.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up and check on him.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello. He's
back.
I'm back.
Dan, get Drew back.
Hello.
Julia's coming to check on you.
Yeah, I got far too excited. Am I
We forged a cunning plan. Don't worry.
am I on air again?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Apologies for that. Yes, got far too excited looking up the sights and attractions of Margate Seafront. Yes, so you in your helicopter, you watch as Jason Statham runs down onto Margate Beach. I assume there's a pier. If there's not a pier, there's been a pier that's been built in Margate that leads directly to the underwater gala bingo that used to be the Sea Life Centre. You then watch as you jump off a helicopter just in time to see Jason Statham boot the door of the gala bingo open. He runs in, all the old ears, oh yay, cheer as they all file in behind him. And Jason Statham immediately takes position behind the bingo roller thing where you pick the ball that rolls the balls out, and you watch as all the old ears take their seats, and Jason kind of looks around, and he's never really done this. He's always wanted to, but he then starts turning the little things. You see the bingo balls rolling out, and then one of them rolls out, and he 2 fat ladies, 88. He says, and he puts the first bingo ball down, and then there's like a murmur.
Whilst this is going on, Dan, I'm patting down all the ladies and gentlemen in the front row, making sure they're not armed. whilst they're doing bingo, I'm going, I'm sorry, just okay, don't mind me, okay, 1, 2, next person, okay, go.
Okay, so as you accost everyone, and the 4 of you kind of take a moment, take a breath. You notice that the local tour guide possesses significantly less body hair than he did when you last kind of saw him, considering he went through an inferno and all his brill cream caught fire. But yeah, so lawyer, private security agent, tour guide, everything seems all right now, given that Jason Statham is just kind of doing the bingo calls for the newly opened Gala Bingo in Margate. And then it's at this point that one of you sees a telltale red dot on one of the windows that is single-handedly holding back the channel. The murky sea that surrounds Margate. And as you all realise what's about to happen, Wesley Snipes fires a single bullet at the window of the Gala Bingo. And unbeknownst to everyone, it's relatively well reinforced, but not quite enough to stop a Wesley Snipes sniper bullet.
Oh no.
And you watch as the window cracks.
Oh no.
And all the old ladies, kind of turn and look and just kind of go back to their bingo cards. Not ignoring. I mean, windows get cracked all the time in Margate, right? Jason kind of looks up. Whilst this is happening, you also hear the sounds of police sirens pulling up to the Gala Bingo, and Margate police start filtering into the building, and they approach you, the 4 of you, and one of them, the lead copper, wanders up and says, "Hello, what's going on here then?" He says, and then 22, 2 little ducks.
Officer, it's a really good you're here. I appreciate all the work that you do, but unfortunately, Jason's allowed to do whatever he goddamn pleases. Okay, it's Jason goddamn Statham. This guy was in crank. He fought with a rock. Okay, him and the rock had fisticuffs. Like, you think you can stop Jason Statham? You can't stop Jason Statham. So whatever you got in him, tear it up, because it don't matter. He's got Hollywood immunity, okay?
Is that a spin doctor?
Is that a spin
doctor?
Hollywood immunity.
No,
Hollywood immunity, okay? It's a serious law. Look it up. I mean, you may not have it over here in like United Kingdom.
Unfortunately, the constables of Margate Police Force know their law inside out and know that is not a law, in fact. So yes, I will require a spin doctor roll, please. 7
Yes!
7 or less. Okay, perfect. So the police gonna sit there and they look to one another and, well, I don't know, Gov. I mean, he's American. No, he's not American. He's not bloody American. Oh, but he's a Brit. But maybe he does get Hollywood immunity applied to him. I don't know. We'll have to call in the Gov.
Just think about what he could do for your town, okay? When you say that Jason Statham was here, it's going to send you places, okay? You're going to be put on the map.
Yes?
Can Agent sidle up at this point?
Uh-huh.
She's going to say, now, darling, you could call the Gov, as you so delightfully put it, but I happen to know that Jason and the Gov of Margate are rather good pals, actually. And so I think maybe we should just sort of leave it here, don't you?
What are you rolling?
Statham law.
We
Statham
just
law.
had a donation for
I know-
£15.
Oh,
Uh,
it's Statham law because I know things about Jason Statham, and I know that he's good friends with the Chief Constable of Margate.
right.
Thank you, Wesley Snipes.
So,
With these £50. Come at me, Statham. Great work, guys.
so
Very good.
first things first.
Thank you, Wesley.
Agent, roll me a Statham law.
Okay, so this my stat for Statham law is 8, I believe. I have
8
not
or
I've not
less.
used it that much yet, and it's my best stat, so I need to find creative ways to get it in here. So that's a 12. That is a 12. I do apologize, everybody.
Oh.
Okay, first things first. Jason, in the background, you
Well,
hear 46 up to tricks. And as he pulls out another bingo ball. The
oh no.
Margate police, the constable looks at you and, oh, I don't know, that sounds like you were trying to bribe an official of the law, and I cannot stand by that, he says. And given that you are responsible for this man over there, I'm going to arrest him instead, he says. So we will add
God.
2
Wait,
to
no, that's not
the
good.
arrested track. So there is
Are we
1
8?
spot less on arrested, thanks to the reduction earlier. Jason's walking a fine edge, a nice edge here. And as you're trying to convince the police, you're trying to kind of get in the way of the police, stopping them arresting Jason Statham for causing a disturbance to the public. The doors wouldn't open because Jason Statham kicked them open. But there's a voice from behind you, the entrance to the room, and you hear, Jason Statham, we ain't done here, mate. And you turn around and see Ross Kemp.
Oh, God.
And this time, he's got, he's called in his buddy, Steve McFadden. As
I'm going to Google these people. Who are they?
as Ross and Phil Mitchell walk down the slope into the Gala Bingo like it's the ramp at a WWE wrestling match. And we have another donation for
Oh my god.
Ooh.
£5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a
Roll,
reroll. Okay, so the next failure will be re-rolled. Okay,
Oh
so
my God. Thank you,
Jason-
Tilda.
Jason
Thanks for that.
Statham looks up and the Mitchell brothers. It's about time we finish this, he says, as he rolls his... Oh, wait, he's naked. Oh, God, he's naked.
No, no, he's got a suit. He's got a suit, Dan. We gave him
No,
a suit.
not Jason. He's not been to the helicopter.
Oh,
He's got a Dalmatian. That's always covering him up.
And you
no.
see from somewhere, you don't know where, Jason Statham pulls out a bar of body butter and he just butters himself up. He flips the bingo table and he leaps off the stage. And as he leaps off the stage towards the Phil and Ross Mitchell, you watch as the crack on the window cracks a bit more. As the seas around Moorgate threaten to engulf you all. And as they begin fighting, who's doing what?
Wait, was that his unpredictable action, buttering himself up?
Oh God, there's 2 of them in there. Okay, so the complication is the Mitchell brothers turn up.
Okay,
The
wait,
complication
that might be it. I think that's it. I think the £15 was.
Yeah, was
was
the
a
complication.
complication. Mitchell brothers turn
Yeah,
up. Yes.
yeah.
So you've got the police, you've got Jason, the police trying to get a buttered up Jason Statham who's currently fighting Steve McFadden and Ross Kemp.
Good.
That's quite a lot.
Standard day.
What do you do?
Right.
Let's go for private security. You haven't had a go yet.
That is a good point. I'm gonna point to all the old ladies and people and go, look, that is Ross Kemp. Go get his autograph. And I'm gonna ask them to go and get Ross Kemp's autograph
Okay.
and crowd them.
Unfortunately, that is not one of your stats, one of
Sure.
your specialities. So
Yes.
D12 and D6, you need to roll a 4 or less.
That sounds great. Let's do that. All right, and I get a +1, so basically I have to roll a 3, and I fail.
Oh no!
Okay,
We
so
have a re-roll.
Ooh.
We
have
do
a
have a
reroll.
reroll. Reroll it, Anton.
Should I use the reroll on this?
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah,
I've
you
got a 25% chance of succeeding.
Do it.
But-
Do it. Do it.
Okay, let's go. Roll and fail, and it makes
Second place,
something
second
bad
place.
happens.
Oh wait, have we got
Wait.
equals?
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I think so. 5 and 5.
Oh no!
Right, we have got equals. Okay.
Amazing.
So, all the old ladies turn to you and, oh, you want beer? I'll just I'll have an orange juice, please. And they think you're the
The waiter,
person
the
who hands
butler.
down drinks. I assume that happens at a gala bingo. So
Yes.
they all begin crowding you as
For drinks.
about approximately 60 old women swarm you.
Okay, well, it's okay. What do you want? Okay, do you drink? Okay, okay. Next, okay. What do you want? Your order. I start taking the orders.
As that happens, Jason Statham, you turn around to look at him, and somehow the buttered up and new Jason Statham fighting the Mitchell brothers from EastEnders has produced a pair of nunchucks. And in his wild swinging, the nunchucks swing out of his hand, out of his buttered up hands, and it collides with the head of one of the Margate policemen, who's just knocked out cold. And the police turn around and, oh, I saw that, they shout, and they all bundle in as well. So Jason Statham is currently in a 1v6.
Good.
Local tour guide.
I've got no idea.
Good lord!
If anyone else would like
I'm
to
gonna-
step
I mean,
in.
you could
I'm just gonna
try and plug the
Skate-
crack.
I'm going to skate into the fray.
skate into the fray. I mean, you could try some extreme sports to extract Jason.
Are you good at diving? Is that a thing? I mean,
That's
break the
an extreme
glass.
sport.
Break
Scuba
the glass.
I mean, I guess
Right?
I'll
Fun-
probably be good at extreme swimming
Oddly,
in a
Anton,
minute.
that's pretty much where my turn was going.
Okay. I mean, this is pretty much all we have at this point. Is you carry your scuba gear with you everywhere you go, right?
Yeah, always.
I mean,
Okay, so
Yes.
are you donning your? So hang on, talk me through the plan. Talk to me.
Oh god!
All right, so I think the plan is that I know that window's
Yeah.
going to go, and I'm a tour
Uh-huh.
guide, and I'm dedicated to Jason Statham having a damn good holiday. So yeah, I'm gonna get my scuba gear ready, have the rebreather ready. I'm gonna wade into that fray, and once that window goes, I'm jamming a rebreather. I don't even know what role this is going to be into Jason Statham's mouth,
yeah.
and I'm just going to try and
'Cause-
swim him away from the police. He can follow me underwater.
I mean, because we were gonna go scuba diving right after this, right after the bingo gala. It was
Right.
gonna be scuba diving.
Is
Definitely.
everyone else equipped with
Yeah.
scuba gear?
I
Probably
mean, the
not.
lawyer probably has one in his bag for like the odd ways he's found Statham in the past.
Yeah, for emergencies. Okay, perfect. So, local tour guide, you wade into the fray, and Jason Statham, he's lost his nunchucks, curses buttered fingers. He's managing to hold his own against Ross Kemp, Steve McFadden, and the Margate police force. He stops for a moment and they all back off, and he looks to him and says, "The difference between you and me," he says as he looks at them all, "is that you lot are expendables." And he begins fighting again. As you manage to slink through and you kind of bear hug the buttered up Jason Statham. So if you can roll me a D6, D12, a 6 or less for follow me.
Mm.
Come on. No.
Okay, with a grand total of 8, you go to grab Jason and he just what? Like he's buttoned up, so he just slips right out of your hands, just like a jelly deal. And he's off. And like as that happens, you get dogpiled by the Mitchell brothers and the police force. They kind of knock you around a little bit more. So unfortunately, your adrenaline's going to go up another one as Ross Kemp and Steve McFadden lay into you. But yeah, Jason's just kind of squeaked out of the fray. As that happens, the window smashes. The waters around Margate just flood in. And you just hear, oh, as all the old ladies are kind of washed to one side. You see the private security kind of washed away with them. And you find yourselves all underwater. Yes, Carl.
Can I, as the wave is coming at me, I'd like to use lawyer law to be like,
I'm gonna sue this place so bad that we can pay for his bail.
Okay, so in which case, as you declare this divine utterance, if I could have a law.
That is a 5 and a 3.
Okay, so as the water washes in, it knocks all the old ladies over. It knocks Jason. Well, Jason's just kind of backflipping inexplicably. You all kind of get washed away as you emerge from the water and you declare this. I'm gonna sue you. The sea stops and my apologies and backs out of the Gala Bingo Hall. So the water's now not filling the room entirely, but some of it has retreated, so as not to cause extreme threat to life.
What are these powers that I have?
So, yes, with you now being able to breathe freely, given that you've threatened the water with a lawsuit, the seas around Margate with a lawsuit. Who's up next?
It's the agent, isn't it?
I think it's me.
Agent, yeah, where you go?
I'm gonna use my skills as a albeit failed actor to throw myself towards the police, pointing dramatically at the Mitchell brothers and say, "It was them all along, officers. Jason Statham has been framed."
Okay. So with that said,
damn it. Okay, it's a fail. I got an 8. I'm so sorry. I cannot roll low. It's a problem I have.
Right. Well, you point you kind of round up the Margate police, and as you spin your story and you do your Shakespeare theatrics that you learned in secondary school.
This is why I'm a failed actor.
And you gesture and pontificate towards the Mitchell brothers. The police kind of look to you a bit confused because they're not entirely sure what it is you're trying to do. Just in time for Ross Kemp and Steve McFadden to body slam the remaining Margate police, knocking them out cold. And they are removed from the combat in inverted commas. As Jason Statham emerges from the murky waters, which now slosh around your waists, with a swim cap and goggles, he stands. He looks across the waters to the Mitchell brothers. The four of you kind of gathered around in between. All the old ladies are just kind of washed away. Private security, so you're fine. And Jason points a finger and says, "In these last few moments of my vacation, this will be a battle between gods," he says. And Ross Kemp, Steve McFadden stands their full heights. Ross Kemp significantly more than Steve McFadden. And he, the three of them launch at one another as they begin their final fight. Who's stepping in to help first?
I would like to intervene.
Yes.
There must be some floating bingo balls or something.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to be using them to try and choke out Ross Kemp.
Are you trying to make Ross Kemp swallow bingo balls?
Yeah, I'm gonna make him swallow as many as I can,
right,
and see the result.
Okay.
So I guess violence with violence or weapons with weapons.
Okay, perfect. In which case,
we're struggling in the water. Shall I roll?
Yes, please. Yeah, these weapons are weapons, so 8 or less.
I got a +1, so
plus
it's a
1 to
6.
your roll.
So that's good. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so
we make it.
You team up with Jason Statham, and as the two of you struggle against Ross Kemp, there's a moment where your souls become one, and you instinctively know what each of the other is about to do at any given time.
we throw bingo balls at each other and then we feed them into Ross Kemp's mouth
Yes.
in tandem, in unison.
In which case, yeah, he throws one bingo ball to you, and as you catch it, you look at the ball and it says 27, and you look up as you ram it into Ross Kemp's open mouth, and Ross Kemp starts choking on it and kind of falls under the water. Jason Statham strikes a pose and says, 27, gateway to heaven. He says, and he wheels on Steve McFadden, also known as Phil Mitchell, and as he calls upon the local guide, his agent and his lawyer, what do the three of you do?
Oh boy.
Cyril.
I definitely want to use my extensive knowledge of what makes Jason Statham tick in order to figure out my next best move. Maybe I have some rousing motivational words for him that will help him keep up this amazing streak of performance that I admire so much in him.
Okay.
Can I try that?
Yes, no,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay, let's give it a go
so
then.
that is
So
an
my
8
my
or
stat
less.
is 8. Oh, finally! It's
Hey.
a 3. It's a 3.
Okay, so you remind. Sorry, Berry, run through that plan again one more time.
So it was using just saying just the right motivational words to keep his almost balletic violent streak going. Just give him courage,
Okay.
I suppose.
Okay.
All is lost. We're not getting away with this one.
In which case, you, he says, frantically looking through Jason Statham's filmography. You look to Jason and you remind him of last year's blockbuster, and you remind Jason to embody the wrath of man. And Jason.
Donation?
Ah.
50.
It's another £15. Oh no.
Amazing.
Right,
Yes,
okay.
Such a good
Amazing.
job encouraging him as well.
Okay, so in which case, yeah, as you psych Jason up, he surges forward through the water, billowing out to the sides of him as he soars through the waters, and with a single roundhouse kick, the back of his foot connects with the side of Steve McFadden's jaw, and Phil Mitchell is launched a good 10 feet to the side, and he splashes into the water before eventually re-emerging to the surface, face down. And as Jason, he says, and he kind of dusts himself down, but is still naked and buttered up, so his fingers just kind of make a squeak noise. He turns around and says, "You know what? I reckon that was a pretty good vacation, and I reckon it's almost time to wrap things up," he says. And he gathers you all, he forces you to all into a big bear hug.
Oh God.
Buttery bear hug.
A buttery bear hug. And as he turns, he looks to the entrance of the bingo hall. And I might get flack for this. In the doorway of the recently opened Gala Bingo in Margate, that's in the property of the old Sea Life Centre, stands matriarch of the Mitchell clan. And as Peggy Mitchell looks to you, she lifts up the bust of Queen Vic that she's in one hand, and she declares, "Get out my pup!" she says, as she launches herself in as the final confrontation. The final complication is a to the death match with well, maybe not to the death, to the end of the one-shot match with Peggy Mitchell.
Oh no.
Local tour guide, you're the next one up. So Peggy Mitchell is currently running down the ramp into the flooded bingo hall, wielding a bust of Queen Vic.
I'm just gonna start breakdancing towards her. I'm just going to try and like as I do like one of those like little like head spins, just sort of like catch on the side of the head with my rollerblades. Try and knock her
Okay, that sounds pretty extreme sportsy to me. So if I could bear in mind, you've also got +2 to your rolls, so you need to roll a 3 or less. Okay, so you go in, and then without breaking a stride, with a backhand, Peggy Mitchell hits you with the bust of Queen Vic. Much like Dirty Den, you are knocked unconscious, and kind of knocked into the waters of the Gala Bingo. She takes a few more strides. Next up is Private Security. You realise that if she reaches Jason Statham, the vacation is over.
And we in the flooded hall right now.
You're still in the flooded Gala Bingo, yes.
I would like to use evasion.
Right.
Extraction?
And extraction, yeah. Extraction. And there's probably a floating lifeguard surfboard somewhere.
Yes.
And I'm going to paddle Jason Statham away.
Okay. So as you attempt to grab Jason and put him on this bodyboard that's just kind of drifted in.
Yes.
If I could have an extraction, a 6 or less, however, you get +1 to your roll from earlier.
Okay. 6, 12. Let's go. It's a 6.
Oh, no. Okay. So
What?
you...
So
No,
I
'cause
fell
you
on the
get-
6?
You fail on a 6 because...
Really?
No, but it's 5 + 1.
Oh, wait, is it a 5? Is it a
Yes.
5?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, beg my pardon. In which case, Jason Statham stood there going, let me at her, and you managed to grab him.
Listen, Jason, we need to go. We're going surfing.
You tie him to the bodyboard and you start paddling.
Okay,
Like a
paddle,
kid
1,
learning how to
left,
swim.
Right, left, right. No. My right, your left. No, quick.
So as you begin to paddle Jason Statham out into Margate Sea, Private Security, agent and lawyer, wrap us out.
Agent first.
Okay, agent's gonna. Okay, here we go. Agent is gonna run around the back of Peggy, hoping that all of this is distracting her. She's gonna get out her chloroform, clamp it over Peggy's nose and mouth while whispering,
He was always too good for your show anyway.
So I like to think that's a bit of everything. That's a bit Statham Law, failed actor, and narcotics, isn't it?
Okay, we'll tell you what, because your Statham Law is 8, your failed actors and narcotics are 6.
Can I have
So
a
let's go
7?
for a 7. We'll go
Yes!
right down the middle. Go for a 7.
Yes!
7
Okay.
or less, and you manage to gas out Peggy Mitchell.
It's a 6!
Hey!
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so as you you grapple
Oh
with...
no, but it's a 6 and a 6.
Wait, what?
It's double 6.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so you manage to knock Peggy Mitchell unconscious, and she kind of slumps over. Lawyer, as the four of you all kind of dive onto this bodyboard, Jason Statham looks to you and I'm not done yet, he says, and he flexes his thighs, and because he's still buttered up, he slides off the top of the bodyboard. He looks to you and says, I learned how to swim during filming of The Meg, he says, and he swims to shore at a fast pace. As he makes it up onto the beach, you eventually manage to follow him, and you see that he's surrounded by what's remaining of Margate Police Force. And Lawyer, you're the first on the scene, so Jason Statham, he's got his swim cap on, he's got his goggles, but he's got scant little else protecting him from the authorities. Lawyer, what do you do?
Lawyer runs up to the authorities like,
No, I mean, wait, stop. Come on. You touch Statham. I'm gonna make sure all your badges get taken, okay? You can't touch the Statham. He's immune, okay? He's immune to anything you can do to him. If he wants to walk naked up to the Queen and slap her with his dick, he can.
Wow.
Okay. That is
That is
a spin.
That's the line.
it's a spin doctor. Oh,
The last
dice, don't
roll of the
forsake me.
game. Oh! Okay, so
Did it.
as you kind of stop,
Got it, I dare you, come on.
they all kind of stand around in their PCSO uniforms, and they kind of look at each other unsure, and they kind of, one of them says, "I mean, it sounds legitimate," he says, and the PCSO's kind of, yeah, no. Excuse us, yeah, please be on your way, they say, and they all kind of get back on their police bikes and they all just kind of cycle off in various directions. And Jason Statham stood there dripping wet with Margate water and body butter. And he looks around and he relaxes. And he smiles. He kind of presents his top teeth and, tell you what, boys and girls, I reckon that was a pretty good vacation.
Better than Blackpool.
That was certainly a vacation for the books, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm getting kind of chilly because Kent, the Kent seafront this time of year, it's not very good. Not very good on the old physical bits, on the old what's it and danglies, if you know what I mean. So, if you excuse me, and he produces a mobile phone you don't know where from. It's kind of worrying where he's keeping that. And yeah, Mum, yeah, if you could just swing the car around, I'm ready to go home, he says. And as soon as he ends the call, an Aston Martin pulls up, the blacked out window slides down, and Jason Statham's mum, played by Helen Mirren, looks to you through the window and she says, "All right, darling, get in," she says. And he goes, "Oh, cheers, Mum," he says, and he opens the door, he climbs into the passenger seat of this Aston Martin, and he says to you, "Meet you back at home, ready for the next vacation, yeah?" he says, and he winds the window up, and you watch as a nuet and naked Jason Statham zooms away in Helen Mirren's Aston Martin into the sunset, leaving you to the sounds of the brand new Gala Bingo of Margate collapsing into the sea.
Amazing.
And with that, you have successfully safeguarded
That was wild.
Jason Statham's big vacation.
Oh my God.
Oh, we actually succeeded.
We still have our jobs. This is
You
amazing.
still have your jobs.
I still have a job.
So, thank you to everyone who was following along with that. I appreciate you all for putting up with Jason's shenanigans. And thank you to all of the donations. That was an incredible amount of money that was donated
Thank you.
throughout.
Yeah.
Some of it by us.
Some of it by yourselves.
I don't know what you're
But
talking about.
by our reckoning, that actually takes us to, at the end of the day, yes, £305.
Wow.
Today.
Nice.
Amazing.
Raised
Well done,
by the end of
guys.
the day. So thank
Thank
you
you
all
so
for
much.
all of your support. And thank you to Isabelle. Thank you to Ben, Carl, Anton, Julia. Thank you to the other Bristol RPG Hangout streamers,
Chris, Nate.
Tilda, Chris, Nate from earlier. Yes, thank you to the support of 1625. Thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone. We really, 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 truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Indeed.
And thanks to you,
yes.
Dan.
Yeah, thank you so
Dan.
much.
Thank
It's
you.
great.
So in which case, just before we kind of bring this all to a close, we'll go back round the houses for any final shout outs. So starting with you, Ben, are there any shout outs you'd like to bring awareness to?
Yeah, as always, shout out to 1625 and a shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for jumping in. And Anton.
I am shouting out you, DM Dan.
Ah, bless
There
you.
you go. But yeah, thanks for having us.
No worries. Carl.
Again, I'm Carl. I'm the host of the Tavern Between Dimensions podcast with Dan and Anton. If you want to check us out, we're on Spotify and YouTube. If you want to follow me directly, I'm on Twitter at Group Stormbear. That's GROOP Stormbear.
Marvelous. And Julia.
Yeah, I'm just really grateful to all of you guys for following along and giving so much. I'm part of the Explorers of Elsewhere channel, along with Dan and Carl and Anton and a whole host of great people, Tilda from earlier as well. So yeah, check it out. And yeah, thank you so much for all your generosity today.
Thank you very much. Yes, I mean they've already said it, but yes, if you're interested in kind of regular RPGs, that's usually a little more structured and less chaotic, please check out the Explorers of Elsewhere. We upload weekly content on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at the moment. I am going to offer one final shout out again to say Isabelle and Rob, and specifically if you have enjoyed everything that we've done today or the other streams over previous weekends, please if you Google Bristol RPG Hangout on either Google it, there is a meetup group. I'm sure Isabelle won't mind me saying that we are always more than happy to have new people from the Bristol area or further afield coming to visit. There are regular events that are hosted. In fact, the next social is tomorrow. And yeah, it's just a good chance to get to know other people who share similar interests with you, that being getting around a table and nerding out with one another. So, with that said, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hosting, Isabelle. And we will catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, all.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
evening.
Bye.
Yeah.